Welcome to this explainer. Have you ever wondered how you can uncover the hidden gems or detailed history of properties in Pinal County without spending a dime? Well, today we're going on a digital treasure hunt. We're going to navigate through official records to uncover the rich, detailed history of properties across the county. And it's actually a lot easier than you might think. Whether you're a prospective homebuyer looking to verify ownership, maybe an investor running your due diligence, or honestly just a curious neighbor wondering about that empty lot down the street, you're about to discover a step-by-step guide. We're going to unlock a literal treasure trove of information that will empower your real estate research, and the best part, it is all completely free. Before we dive in, let's define exactly what we're hunting for. Property records, they aren't just single pieces of paper. They're the fundamental building blocks of real estate data. We're talking about official, legal, financial, and spatial documents. They detail everything from who actually owns the land and its exact physical boundaries, all the way to its historical tax assessments and zoning rules. Okay, here is our treasure map for today's explainer. We'll be covering 1. Unlocking property records, 2. Navigating Pinal County systems, 3. Step 1. Assessor and maps, 4. Step 2. Taxes and deeds, 5. Putting data to work, and finally 6. Resources and final tips. Let's get right into it. Let's start right off with Section 1, Unlocking Property Records, the scope of Pinal County. To put things into perspective, Pinal County is absolutely massive. It spans about 5,367 square miles of mountainous terrain and desert valleys, sitting right there between Phoenix and Tucson. And across this vast area, the county manages over 282,000 individual property parcels. That means there's an incredible amount of data, constantly being updated, just waiting to be explored by researchers and citizens alike. It's huge. Moving right along to Section 2, Navigating Pinal County Systems, Decoding the Bureaucracy. So the biggest hurdle for beginners is just understanding that Pinal County, like a lot of Arizona counties, uses a decentralized system. The records aren't just sitting in one magic database, unfortunately. You really have to know who does what. The county assessor is responsible for locating, identifying, and establishing the value of the property for tax purposes. But on the flip side, the county recorder is the official legal archivist. They're the ones who maintain the actual deeds, mortgages, and liens. Now for Section 3. Step 1. Assessor and maps, establishing identity and spatial data. Let's get to the practical phase of our hunt. Your quest is always going to begin with Phase 1, establishing the property's identity on the assessor's parcel search portal using an owner's name or an address. Once you have that, you move to Phase 2, taking that identity over to the GIS map viewer to perform a spatial audit and see the actual physical boundaries of the land. The absolute key here is capturing the assessor parcel number, or APN. This is literally the foundational piece of the puzzle. In Pinal County, it's a unique multi-part code formatted as book, map, parcel, and split. For example, 200-49-047-A. Once you find this specific string of numbers and letters, it acts as your primary key, kind of like a universal password, to unlock records across all the other county departments. And this brilliantly illustrates why that APN is so absolutely vital. Once you plug it into the assessor's GIS parcel viewer, the property just comes to life. You aren't just looking at boring text anymore. You can toggle all these different map layers. You can instantly see the actual property boundaries, check if that beautiful desert getaway is sitting right inside an active FEMA flood zone, review the municipal zoning boundaries, and even observe the surrounding topography using aerial imagery. It's a real game changer. Let's move to Section 4, Step 2, Taxes and Deeds, Following the Money and the Law. Now that we know where the property is, what it looks like, and what the assessor thinks it's worth, we enter the financial and legal phases. For Phase 3, you'll take your trusty APN to the Treasurer's Parcel Inquiry Portal to audit the tax standing. Then for Phase 4, you'll head over to the Recorder's Portal to verify the chain of title and hunt down the actual legal deeds. What's really incredible about the Recorder's Acclaim web portal is the level of access you get. You can view and download watermarked PDF images of deeds completely for free, dating all the way back to January 1st, 1998. You just type in the owner's name as the grantor or grantee, which just means the seller or buyer, or use your APN. And hey, if you happen to need a clean, non-watermarked print for official reasons, they only charge $1 single per page. Not bad at all. That brings us to Section 5, Putting Data to Work, Real-Life Applications.
So how does this build into real-world power? Well, you can use this gathered data to protect yourself and make highly informed decisions. For example, if you're buying a home, you can independently verify that the seller actually legally holds the title. If you're an investor, you can check for outstanding tax liens. It could completely blow your budget. You can confirm that a builder's mechanics lien, a claim for unpaid work, was legally released after renovation. Or you can even trace family history by creating historical profiles of properties using old deed transfers. It's pretty amazing what you can do.
Here's a great tip for current homeowners, straight from the county's FAQ. Even if you have a mortgage and your lender is responsible for paying your property taxes from your escrow account, the county still sends an informational statement. But more importantly, you can use the treasurer's portal yourself to verify that your lender actually applied those payments on time, ensuring your property is never hit with a delinquent tax certificate. Trust me, you want to double-check that. Finally, let's cover Section 6, Resources and Final Tips. Troubleshooting common search issues. Because let's be real, even the best digital treasure hunters run into roadblocks. First up, when searching addresses on the Assessor site, be extremely precise with street suffixes. There's a huge difference between a boulevard and a lane in their database. Second, if you search an area and hit a dead zone with absolutely no records, don't panic. Large portions of Pinal County are sovereign tribal lands or Arizona State Trust lands, meaning their records are managed by entirely different state or tribal agencies, not the local county recorder. And listen, here is a surprising but absolutely vital safety tip directly from the treasurer's official announcements. Unfortunately, scammers will occasionally pose as tax collectors, literally knocking on doors and demanding payment for supposedly delinquent property taxes. The official Pinal County treasurer explicitly states they will never, ever knock on your door asking for payment in person. If this happens to you, shut the door and contact local law enforcement immediately. So let's quickly recap our journey today. Unlocking Pinal County's data simply requires moving systematically. You get your Assessor parcel number, you view the boundaries on the GIS map, you take the APN to the treasurer to check the tax balances, and finally, you pull the official deeds from the recorder's Acclaim web portal. Master this flow and the whole shebang. All the county's public data is entirely at your command. Just a quick heads up, of course, this explainer is strictly for educational and informational purposes. While these county portals are incredibly powerful tools, you absolutely must always independently verify all data, maybe even consult with real estate or legal professionals before you sign contracts, make financial decisions, or assume a property is entirely free of encumbrances. Now that you possess the map, the step-by-step methodology, and the tools to navigate Pinal County's decentralized digital archives completely for free, the real fun begins. So I'll leave you with this. What hidden history or fascinating property secrets will you uncover in your own neighborhood today? Happy hunting!